And yeah, now I'm saying goodbye to this place. I already filed for unemployment. Because yeah, like I said, I kept all the text messages. I will literally upload a copy of the text message right here so that
Okay, we're gonna read this. This isn't really working for us. I am sorry about your mother, but at the end of the day, there have been an uptick in firings in 2025, and people are getting fired for many different reasons. But to get fired because you had a death in the family is downright just I don't even know how to explain it. I can't even find the words for it of how to describe somebody who would do that. A company, a business that would do that. But let's take a look at her story so we can actually see exactly how it all went down.
All right, y'all. I'm just gonna go and pick up my charger from the place that I was working at. They sent me a text yesterday letting me know that things were not working out because I was out for 2 weeks after my mom died.
To get fired by text, that's a double, like...
As an only child, I was responsible, for handling the affairs. I'm my mother's only next of kin. And I was out for 2 weeks. And it seems like, the person who, kind of worked here with me was also already very aggravated at the fact that I was out for 2 weeks, even though it's like, hey, my mother died. So, like, there's no other way that this could have gone. But either way, they texted me yesterday and told me that, hey, we don't think it's working out, because I told them already that because I'm an only child, I'd have to handle additional affairs, and so I would need another day off, a day and a half off this month. And literally, like, I put in those requests and he just texted me back like, forget it, it's not working out. And I'm just like, wow, like, okay. All right, so I've been doing an amazing job, but yeah. Okay. Yeah, I shouldn't be on my way.
Again, man, to fire me by text, I might... I'm not like a bad person at all, and I'm never a revengeful person. But if you fire me by text because I'm dealing with everything after the passing of my mother, I'm not saying I'll do it, but I'm going to put some real thought into, turning your building orange. You know what I'm saying? Red and orange, if you know if you know what I'm saying. Like, I'm going to put some real thought into it. Gracious, man.
Running away to home, thinking you could live here without me. And no, honey, they didn't say a thing. And I'm sure it's because, honestly, y'all, low-key, they know they're dead ass wrong. You know what I mean? But it's okay. oh goodness. But yeah, you guys, the only reason why I don't really, well, that's the thing, right? Because this was supposed to be like a gap job, you know what I mean? So remember I told you guys, like, I was working at a marina. This is the marina, right? So this is where I was working. You guys, I was doing operations. So I was doing operations inside. And yeah, I think I started April 2nd. I started this job April 2nd, coming in on time every day, like engaged, hadn't taken any time off. So literally, like, I had been coming here, you know, and I was like, again, remember I told you guys, like, I loved it because it's across the street from my house. It's convenient, you know what I mean? And so it's like, it makes it to where at least I know that it's like, all right, I'm close to home. So even if I have to go in every day, at least I know I'm across the street. That's the only reason I took this job. It wasn't really so much in my career path, because I know that I'm in school and I'm freelancing, you know, still doing engineering stuff, even if it's not in my full-time position. I did this for convenience because I wanted to make money but still be close to home. But yeah, so I started the job on April 2nd. April 27th, I went to go visit my mom after not hearing from her for 3 days, and I found my mom dead at home. The day that I found my mom dead at home, I called these people. You know, can you imagine, like you call your job as your parent's body is still in the house to let them know, hey, I just found my parent dead in the house. I called them while I was outside to let them know, hey, I just found my parent, you know, passed away. I'm gonna have to be out. I'm her only child. I'm her only next of kin. I'm sorry, but like, obviously, yes, like I have to handle this. This is important. This is my life, you know? And so it's like, I was out, you know, I notified the person that hired me, that interviewed me, right, that initially even reached out to me about the job. Like, I reached out to them, you know, let them know every step of the process. They gave me condolences, gave me words of encouragement, gave me supporting words, all of these things. And so I thought that I had their support. Like, yes, I had only been working there for 3 weeks. I get it. I understand. However, if up until this point I have been doing good work, that should have counted for something. So when I came back, it had already seemed as though the person who kind of like manages the yard, like, he's kind of like the site manager in a way. So it kind of seemed to me like the site manager, even when I had come back, because meanwhile, keep in consideration, like, my mom's funeral was on a Wednesday. I came back the following Monday. And again, I only did that. I didn't even have to come back. I could have, and I should have taken more time, because I'm devastated still. Like, I was crying this whole week that I've been back to work. I shouldn't have even come back, but I came back because I knew that this was the busy time of the season, and that they would need my, you know, help, or so I thought. And I came back. And even from the moment that I came back, it was kind of like I was definitely getting a lot of attitude. Like, he was kind of, I don't know, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. Like, it just seemed like he was wholeheartedly aggravated with the fact that I was out. And it was kind of one of those things that I had to keep reiterating, like my mother just died. Like, I'm not sure, like, if you think I'm lying, or do you want me to show you pictures of the funeral? You know, like, is that what you want? Like, I just don't understand. But like, literally, there was no empathy at all, even from the moment that I came back, like you know. And so it was very much like they don't give a fuck, you know.
And it's crazy because these same people who are basically mad that she's taken off because her mother died, these same people, their third cousin passed away, and they want to be out for 2 weeks with no problem. And they hate for somebody to even come up with the thought that they shouldn't be out. These same people. And like, I really want her to say the business, because this the name of the marina. I guess people who, you know, are local to that spot know, you know, what the name of it is. But man, like, most human beings, decent human beings, would be like, take all the time you need. We got it. We got it over here. Don't even worry about us. Take all the time you need. That's what most human beings would say. But to be upset when they come back, early?
And I feel like, I kind of felt it, but the other woman who is, kind of part of like, I don't know, maybe like the hiring, recruiting type of, like, she was really kind. She told me how she had went through losing her father, and also understood that even from her aspect of dealing with it with siblings, that it would be 10 times harder for me because I'm an only child. I'm the only next of kin, which means everything is my responsibility. Everything that needs a signature, everything that needs to be done has to be done through me. I can't send anyone else to do my job as the only next of kin. So I come back, and I think everything is good. I'm working my regular week this week. I get a call on Friday about having to return my mom's house keys because, again, the past few weeks between planning the funeral, all of this stuff, now I have to worry about the aftermath. I have to, empty out her apartment, give the keys back, sign paperwork. I have to go to the probate, get voluntary administration paperwork. I have to transfer my name onto the title of her car so I can sell it. Like, I have to do all this stuff to access her bank accounts because, again, my mom was independent, so other than being her healthcare proxy, I wasn't her power of attorney, so she did everything herself. So that requires me to do some after work as a result. And so in doing this after work, when I got a call on Friday, I let them know, like, hey, I'm so sorry. I know it's, last minute, but I have to deal with my mom's estate stuff. So I might need to be late on Monday morning, possibly between 10 a.m. and 12 p.m. And then I'm going to need another day off on May 28th. And that's going to be the day where I'm going to handle all of the DMV stuff and all of the probate stuff. So the probate stuff to get my voluntary administration of her estate, and then the DMV stuff to get my name transferred to the title of her vehicle, so that way I can determine what I want to do with it. Okay, didn't hear anything. I texted him on Friday, left him a note on his desk, like, and again, I'm under the impression that it's like, after coming back this week and understand, and like, it's not like you guys didn't know, like, I came back to work. The owner of this marina is an attorney. I came back to work and literally told him about the fact that, like, okay, now I have all this other stuff that I have to do in regards to my mom's estate to really, like, close out everything, transfer anything I need to transfer, and close out any bank accounts, any of that stuff. Like, I still have paperwork that I have to file through the probate court, so I'm likely going to need at least another day or two to be able to handle all that stuff. Going to the probate court can be an all-day thing. And so I spoke about that. I was very open with everything that I had to do. I think that's the thing that frustrates me more. It's not so much because personally, like, I don't care about the job. Like, I've only been working here for a month, but, and I don't care about the job per se. Like, whatever. This was a gap job. This was an in-between job. This was a convenience job so that I could be close to my kid, but at the same time, it's like, taking into consideration how they handled this, it's like, oh, okay, yeah, like, so you guys are heartless and have no care in the world for anybody, and have no regard for anybody. Gotcha, good to know. But yeah, so that's pretty much it. So
Yeah, you gotta be a heartless person for this, man, because everything she went through, it's like, she didn't only lose a mother. She lost a mother. The pain from that is just on another level. And then on top of that, she is the one who found her mother. That image of walking in her mother's house, seeing her mother, is forever planted in her head. Okay? My dad passed away 2014 from cancer, but he passed away in the hospital. And how he looked his last day on this earth, sitting in that hospital bed, is the image that I still have in my head today. We knew he was going to pass away that day. I had to leave the hospital because I thought about it. I didn't want the image of his. I didn't want the image of his body after he passed on to be in my head. I didn't want that. I had to leave. And I just can't imagine. I just can't imagine how you can know what she went through and fire her and then sleep at night. like how do you sleep after doing this to someone? Let's go.
I went in there, I just got my charger because I was like, you know what, I was gonna leave it, but I'm like, I just got a new iPad and this is my iPad charger. I'm not leaving my charger. So I came in, I got my charger. And yeah, now I'm saying goodbye to this place. I already filed for unemployment. Because yeah, like I said, I kept all the text messages. I will literally upload a copy of the text message right here. So that
Okay, we're gonna read this. This isn't really working for us. I am sorry about your mother, but at the end of the day, what kind of usually when somebody says but at the end of the day, before that is nothing serious. Is nothing serious. Like, I know your feelings are hurt, but at the end of the day, or I know you need to get to work, but at the end of the day, it's nothing serious before, but at the end of the day, how can you say, I'm sorry about your mother, but at the end of the day, oh my God, this is heartless people for real. But at the end of the day, this is a business and I need people to show up. No need to come back in, and I hope everything works out for you. They have temp services, man. I'm sure. Do they still have temp services where you can hire somebody temporarily to come in and do her job while she's... I don't know. I don't run a business, so I don't know. Okay, my mother died, and obviously there is empathy in this situation. I mean, there is no empathy in this situation, regardless of the positive work I was doing at your business. I committed to this role, came in, and made positive impact. I did everything I was supposed to do, but in the most vulnerable moment, you chose to have zero empathy and fire me because I have to take time and handle my mother's estate as an only child. God bless you, and I pray that you never have to endure what I have had over the past 2 weeks. Good luck with everything. I don't know who's out there. She said this is just a gap job, but you need to hire her. She even put her text messages in paragraphs. She put her text messages in paragraphs. It wasn't just one long text message. I like that. She is, took the high road and very professional to keep her composure, because I don't know if I could have in this situation. I really don't know. She's a better human being than me. But let's keep going.
You can see the diabolical nature of this person telling me, I'm sorry about your mother, but y'all, if you could understand that when I read that part, I saw red.
Yeah.
Telling somebody who just lost their mother 2 weeks ago some crazy shit like that is liable to make them snap out. Like, God knows my heart. And I gotta be a strong woman to be able to sit here and not be absolutely enraged, because I promise you, I saw complete red when I read that, and I started crying, not because I got fired, but because of the way that he did it, the way that he verbalized it. Like, and yeah, as you can see my response, all I said is that, listen, I pray that when the time comes for you, because none of our parents live forever, The people that we love don't live forever. So one of these days you're gonna lose somebody you love, and I pray that you don't have to endure what I had to endure. I pray that the response that you get from others is not the same thing that you gave to me. I hope other people have more empathy for you than you did for me, because outside of my mother passing, I did great work. I came on time. I literally hadn't taken a day off. So it's just, considering all of that, like, essentially his issue with me was the fact that I was out because of my mom's death, and it's just like there's no way to forego or like avoid that. You know what I mean? There's no way to have avoided that, because my mother died. Like, I don't know what else to tell you. I would have had to be out. Like, if your mother died, you would have been fucking out. Like, excuse my language, but it's just like, but I get it. And yeah, good luck on your business.
Man, go check this creator out on YouTube, Sam's Explorations on YouTube. I'm gonna leave a link to this video down in the description box. So but go over there, show her some love. You ain't gotta tell her I sent you, cause I ain't nobody. But just go over there, watch her content, watch that video again on her channel, watch some more of her content, and just show her some love, man, because to go through this, like I said, my dad passed away. I have siblings. My mom is still here. I had support of people who were feeling that loss just like I was feeling that loss. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if she has cousins or aunts or whatever, extended family, but they're all feeling the loss. They are, her extended family. But they're not feeling that loss like she is feeling that loss. It's a different type of loss for her. Okay, so she has nobody going through this and feeling the same type of loss that she is feeling right now. And to have her job know that, or her previous job, to have them know that, and still say, I'm gonna dump this on her too. After she go through all that, I'm gonna make her jobless. What kind of look, man, I get it, kind of. I'm trying to see from their perspective, and I kind of understand that, hey, they have a position at this job that needs somebody in it working. And I get that. But what did you do when she was out planning the funeral and everything? Why can't you just keep doing that? I'm sure it was like, hey, such and such, while she's out, I'm gonna need you to do a little bit of her work, and you over here, I'm gonna need you to do a little bit of her work too, and we gotta work together while our coworker is going through something. Yes, she just started, but come on, be like a human being with feelings, who's able to, show compassion for others in their time of grief. The last thing I would have thought about doing, if I was the owner of that business, the last thing I would have thought about doing was firing her. I would have thought of 2 million other ways to cover her before I said she's fired. That's terrible, man. That is so terrible. I thank y'all for watching, though. Like I said, be sure, go to her channel, send her some love and support. Again, the link is down in the description box. And show compassion for your fellow man and fellow woman. All right? Because This world is tough, and we go through struggles, ups and downs all the time, every day. And sometimes people just need for you to show compassion to them. And they just need to see that somebody cares. So let them know you care. I'll see y'all in the next video, man.